Hi friends. In this story, we learned how the Statue of Liberty was built. It's a huge, huge statue or sculpture. And if you recall, it was both built by adding on, and then it was wrapped with that copper. So it was also, that was molded and added to the built part. So I'm going to show you some statues and sculpture that I built, and maybe you'll be inspired to build something for yourself. Now, this first one is not something I built. This is called an Inukshuk. And what does this statue or sculpture look like to you? This is made of glass, and it's stacked and built up to look like a man or a woman pointing away. Maybe that way or that way. And this Inukshuk, that's what it's called, is found all over Canada, and they're usually made of stone. This is a special one made of glass. And Inukshuk is an Inuit word. That's a Canadian, North American word that means man pointing the way. So that has been stacked into an interesting sculpture. Now I'm going to show you some of the ones that I made. You're going to be able to do this too with things around your house, or maybe some things from your activity kit. This is my first sculpture. Can you tell what it is? This is a strainer. You usually have it up the other way and you use it to drain water out. But I added pipe cleaners and feathers and some buttons and beads. I even added a feather and some scrap fabric to make it into this creature sculpture. Here's another one I did, and I just used things from my activity kit and things around the house. So here's some chopsticks I used. I used, a cork and ribbon and lids and fabric and beads. And I created a three-dimensional sculpture that kind of reminds me of Paul Klee's Cityscape. Remember painting on blocks and printing a cityscape with Miss Jen? Well, that's one-dimensional, it's flat. But this is three-dimensional. You can turn it around and look on the other side. You can see through it. And a lot of these towers kind of remind me of Paul Klee's Cityscape. And this right here kind of reminded me of an Inukshuk. There's his head, there's his arms pointing, and his body. I had a lot of fun with that. Maybe you can find some things around your house to create your own sculpture. And then the last one I used some styrofoam packing peanuts. Maybe you get some of these, or maybe you have some of these at home too. These are really fun because when they get just a little bit wet, they stick together. So if you dip one in a little water, press it to the other one and hold it. 1, 2, 3. I'm counting to 3 and look what happens. It's stuck. And I created a sculpture using these packing peanuts. Dip it in water and then hold it in place. Count to 3. 1, 2, 3. And it sticks. You can create your own three-dimensional sculpture. So I can't wait to see what kind of three-dimensional sculpture you build. Have fun with that, friends.